Welcome back, friends. Today, we're doing a little bit of a different episode. So, I've been working tirelessly for weeks on recreating my perfect starter farm for Iowa Plainsview. So today, let's do a little side-by-side comparison. Now, I want to start this video out by saying I am not trying to disrespect Celebuki or throw any hate or anything like that. I truly respect everything he does. And I'm absolutely obsessed with his maps. I've said it so many times that he makes the best maps, in my opinion. And I'll stand on that. So, I just want to start out by saying I enjoy to recreate my own versions and do my own thing. I love building. There's no disrespect or hate towards Celebuki, the map creator here for Iowa Plainsview. Like I said, I just enjoy creating my own versions. And this is going to be my comparison versus, where we started. So starting out here, we have the main starter house at the starter farm location. This is field 1, and it's truly a really nice starter home location and starter farm, truly. It really is. I absolutely love this house, and I wish that we could get more houses with a little deck in the back like that drop down. I really like how that one looks and sits in that hill there. I think that is really neat how they have that. So I do really like that, and I wish that we did have more houses like that on console. That'd be really cool. Now, like I said, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison, and we will show, my version versus this version. Now when we come over here, we have a little shop. This is actually a workshop, and you can actually go down in those pits, which is kind of neat. Nice little shop there. Another little garage here. Now I do want to note, if you guys look at the ground textures here, look at how truly beautiful this all is. He did absolutely phenomenal with that. I absolutely have been really trying hard to work on my ground textures and painting and things like that, and I'm not even near this good at it yet, but we're working on it. What a beautiful location though, and this is a really good sized farm, and he left a big open area here if you want to add to it or anything like that. The roads, the textures, the grass, everything about this is really, really beautiful though, guys. I do absolutely love this. And like I've said many times, this is probably my very favorite map on Farming Simulator 25. Now he does have a whole bunch of greenhouses over here, and this is another set of silos. A little chicken coop over here. And this is the main property, guys. Like I said, I absolutely love this property. I love this farm location, and this is perfect for a dedicated server. Now with this, you also get this area across the street, which does have a little silage pit here. It has a massive hog barn. This is a hog barn. And then we also have cattle over here. Now with mine, I did opt to do this completely differently, and I don't have hogs on my save. I don't generally play using hogs. I don't know, I just don't really care to. I usually do cattle, sheep, chickens, bees, and greenhouses. So I do everything but the hogs for the most part, and the horses, but this one does include all of it. Like I said, guys, this is a phenomenal map to just hop in and play. If you just want to hop in, play with a couple of friends or anything like that, this is perfect for it. Now with this farm, you also get this massive field right here, just off the bat. That is really nice to have. Like I said, guys, this is a perfect map to just hop in. Now, we are going to hop over to my version of, the starter farm and just show you guys what I've done and been working on for the last few weeks. Now, truly, guys, like I said, there's no disrespect to Celebuki. This is my complete favorite map. I just wanted to showcase, the things that I've worked on and what we can do on console versus, map makers when they're using PC. And here is the start of my version. This is just the farmhouse here. Over off to the side here, I did add in a little retaining wall with a, they had the swings and the pool in the starter farm on the original, so I did add those back to the house here. We did add a little more shrubbery and trees in this area here, and then we added some nice little red flowers right up next to the house there. Back here we got the dog house, you gotta have the dog house. Down here we do have our little personal shop. Now with this is not a functional lift, guys. I have videos on this showing this and showing how to do things like this. We have a little seating area here and just kind of a little, hangout shop area for our side-by-side or anything else like that. Currently we do have the side-by-side parked up in the garage, but it could be wherever. Now, like I said, we did kind of leave some of the stuff in the same areas, like right here is the starter home location, obviously, but we did utilize the spaces a little differently. Coming down here, this is actually where we put our beehives and our greenhouse. Now, we did only do one greenhouse here, but this should be plenty for what we're doing. I did try and do, mixtures of ground textures, raise and lower the ground a little bit to simulate bumps and things like that. Over here we've got a nice little pond. And this building is for fertilizer, seeds, lime, and solid fertilizer. So you've got liquid, solid, lime, and seeds all in one building here. This is a really neat building. So if you come in here, you have one type of fertilizer here. And you come in the center bay here and you actually have seeds, lime, and things like that. We did add those silos in there ourselves. People have suggested putting them on the end. I kind of like them more here. They fit better in my opinion. So we did put them in the center bay. And over here you have more fertilizer. Now this building does come with the fertilizer on each side. So I do really like this. It is way better than putting a line of silos or anything like that. I just kind of like how it encloses it all and, keeps it all together. Now this is a little dirt road that we made. I love how this turned out. This is one of my favorite roads I've ever done. Then right here we just did a really nice looking little tree grove. Now with this, normally people would use decoration rocks. We did not use any decoration rocks on this map. We actually just raised the ground and painted a whole bunch of different textures to make it look like rocks. And I think it turned out really, really well. It's the other side of that fertilizer building here. My goal with this was to have every angle just be absolutely beautiful and try and utilize all the space in some way, shape, or form. Over here we've just got some little decorations kind of making it look old and like we've got some just parts thrown around. Now, like I said, with this, we're trying to, simulate an older farm, kind of rustic, vintage, run down, but at the same time, they're trying to get it brought back to life. They put some money into some new buildings and a whole bunch of new equipment. So it was on its way out, but it is salvageable. Over here we have our maintenance shop with office. I just like putting this building down. ICUS is just the king. You know how it is. Most of my buildings that I use are going to be ICUS buildings. We have a couple trucks in here just for milk or water, anything like that. We have a water source over here. Beautiful wash bay. I love this wash bay. Little fuel tank. I know, it's not up to code. Shouldn't be next to the building. Whatever. It's a video game. Little water silo or water tower right there where we can get water for our plants or animals, anything like that. We have a chicken coop right here. Really like how this turned out. I love this area as well. This is that other side of that shop. Now in here we also do have our semis parked right now. We can maintain our vehicles and things like that in this shop. I just, once again, cannot recommend ICUS buildings more than enough. Right here, this is more of that painted ground texture to make it look like rock. Like I said, I was trying to make this, appealing to look at from a whole bunch of different angles. And you know, appealing doesn't have to be nice all the time. It could be just appealing in a way that it's, you know, realistic. And that's what we went for. If you look at this and all of it, you know, the building's dirty. You've got some old plants and gravel and rock mixture here. There's some dirt. It's just kind of a dirty area. You come inside, it's still dirty. There's junk thrown around. You've got this little water tanker, some other little junk over here. I mean, like I said, guys, I wanted this to be as realistic as possible. Now, all the rocks, all the trees, the big buildings for all of this might not be the most realistic, but once again, it's a video game, and this is going on my dedicated server. So with this going on my dedicated server, I kind of need a pretty big farm. We do have quite a few people that do hop in and out at random to play. So with that many people, we do have to be sure that everyone is able to play and have something to do. So we do have to kind of keep that in mind when we do these builds. I've tried to do smaller farms to put on my dedicated servers, but it does really get challenging and complicated doing that, just due to the fact of, you know, everyone needing something to do, as I just stated. So we do try and make sure that everyone's got stuff to do and doesn't get bored or run out of stuff, because when people get bored, they end up messing things up, and we don't like that. At the end of this, guys, after we do our little walkthrough here, I will do an overhead comparison. Right here, we've just got some trailer parking, and we've got our header right over there too for our harvester. Another little tree-filled area here, and I did use the big silos again, kind of like what they had, so we did kind of put something like that back. We definitely did not need something this big, that's for sure, but that's okay. When I was streaming this live on TikTok, the viewers were telling me that we should try and use the big one, put it back, and make it look good. So we tried to hide it as much as possible. I think we did a pretty good job at it, as challenging as that was, but it doesn't really stick out all that bad, I guess, right? We'll continue on here now. We're about to go across the street to the second farm location. Oh yeah, you can see here we added a little bit of water to some of our puddles, just for a little bit more effect to really show that there are some low spots here. It's Iowa. We get rain, we get snow, we get the weather, you know. So I tried to simulate that as much as possible. I do love every angle of this farm. When you're driving through here, walking through here, anything like that, it is just, why is my dog in the road? Get out of the road, dude. Come on. What are you doing? Whoa. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Part almost stopped there. We almost lost our puppy. Alright, so this is the second location. This is technically the back entrance. Maybe we should walk this way and we will come back around. So this is just a little dirt path here right up next to the cattle. This dirt path turned out phenomenal, by the way. I love how this dirt path turned out, especially around the cattle barn. Right here we got a manure heap for our cattle barn, obviously. Little wagon right there for some detail, and we once again did another little tree grove over here. Now in my opinion, I almost like this side of the farm more. This side of the farm turned out so beautiful in every single way, shape, and form, truly. So we have a little path here. It's going to take us back to over here where there is actually a fuel island. And once again, guys, I know it's not up to code. Oh no. That's okay. More little paths to go right up next to the cattle barn here. We have this barn right here. And like I said, guys, this is kind of like something where it was an old rundown farm that was pretty big, but somebody new took it over and they're redoing it, making it look brand new and nice. That's kind of the goal of this and what I was aiming for. So we got some tractors up in here just to do the different various things you might need to do, you know. We have sheep over here. This actually did turn out really, really beautiful over here too. there is a little pond over here too. So I did put this water in, and then I remembered that we actually have to worry about pallets here. So I did put a little fence, and I think that actually worked perfectly and turned out really, really, really well, utilizing these spaces. We have our sheep over here. Once again, I love all the different ground textures and painting that we did. Over here we have another little shed. This shed is more for our silage, our mower, or silage equipment, our mower. There's a semi in here. Things like that. Just a couple different pieces of equipment and machinery. Once again with the ground textures though, guys, I cannot express enough how much I love how this turned out. Right here we do have a refrigerated storage. This is for milk or anything like that. It's a really nice little shed here. I love how this shed actually does work. It's very detailed and just looks really good, and it's a nice rundown looking building. Right, you can come inside of here. I'll usually leave a forklift parked in here, something like that. It's a really good place for it. When you start storing milk in here, it actually will put it on the shelves, which is pretty neat. I do, like I said, enjoy using this on my farms, and it's got that rundown kind of rustic look to it, which matches, you know, these buildings. Over here we do have just a baler, a telehandler, more junk and things like that. Once again, guys, the ground textures, I cannot get over how well this all turned out. We're basically back to the beginning here. Now we are going to go back around to the cattle area and kind of finish off the tour over there, and then we'll do some overhead views and some side-by-side comparisons of the two maps. Like I said, guys, no disrespect to Celebuki, he truly does amazing work with Iowa Plains View, Alma, and I'm sure there are other ones that he's created that I haven't even realized that he's made yet. But in my opinion, Iowa Plains View is just a perfect map. It's absolutely beautiful. The lighting's beautiful. It's got a really nice little town. It's got really everything that I could want, and it's got nice roads in it. Roads are so important to me. I think that having nice roads and nice areas to drive is such a huge bonus for a map. There's so many maps that you get on and your roads are just small, not very big, or they're built in just not the best manners. Once again, I don't make maps, so no disrespect to people who do. I'm sure it is pretty complicated, but if you can nail the roads, oh, you've just got it down. You've got it down, that's for sure. Back over here, this is obviously, you know, just kind of the back road. And we do have a hay bale storage, kind of a little shelter right here. I really like to add something like this just so that we don't have to fill up the entire storage of this barn. Now, this cattle barn does have auto hay bale storage and auto feeding, but sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes it is nice to have an extra surplus and stock of hay bales. So we do have that over there. Alright, and this is basically back to where we were when we came in, guys, on that little dirt road. So let's do some, you know, flyover shots and things like that. So once again, over here, this is our cattle. Little tree grove over here. We have our hay storage. Now, this will be live on my dedicated server for anyone to play. All you have to do is join the Discord, guys. Joining the Discord is really not that hard. I do have a link in my Linktree, and there should be one in the description below. Once you get in, there will be a simple set of rules that you have to read through. Once you read those rules, there will be a small application that you have to fill out in order to get into the Dedi information. Once you get into the Dedi information spot, you will find the password and the server names. Now, if, you know, being in my dedicated server is not your thing and you're on console, and you still want to be able to play this map or any of the other save files that I have, you can, guys. It is actually easier than ever. All you have to do is go on GPortal.com. Once you're on GPortal.com, you'll rent a game server. Renting that game server is about $12 US a month. I have some videos on this that I will link above here, just so that you guys can click on the video and learn a little bit more. In my Linktree down below, I do actually have an offer for 10% off your first GPortal order. With that, that gives you and up to 3 other friends unlimited access to your server that's open 24/7. So you could download this farm, guys, play with up to 3 other friends for $12 a month, and access it whenever. If you guys want to come and take care of these crops but your friend is not online, you can totally do that. So keep that in mind, guys. GPortal.com, and I do have a discount in my link tree below. Otherwise, guys, I truly do love how this turned out. If you're excited about this, be sure to drop a comment below, drop a like, and don't forget to drop a subscription, guys. If you like what you're seeing and you're excited to see more, be sure to pop by for regular updates and things that I am doing. If you guys have a suggestion for another map or anything I should attempt next, be sure to drop that in the comments below as well. I would love to hear it, and I'm always open to suggestions. Keep in mind also, I am live on TikTok, streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Anyone's welcome to join, and I'd love to see you guys stop by, so come hang out, guys.